How you doing? My name's Kevin.
Hello, Internet.
Hi.
Welcome to the first Jams by Jyesh podcast. I think we're going to call it JamsCast.
Yeah, that sounds like
good. We just decided that right now.
Yeah.
This is a podcast where I invite musical guests and we talk about music stuff.
Yes.
There is a light that's strobing right behind the camera.
That's very good for me.
Yeah,
for my health.
For our epileptic friend over here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Actually, he's trying to capture an epileptic fit on camera so I can properly simulate what Mitch McConnell looks like giving a speech.
Who are you?
I am. Hi. You can find me in the corner, maybe right.
Yeah,
in that corner. If you remember to actually put me in, and you can see cartoons. We make. It's real.
It's good time.
It's
good time. And I'm Jyesh, and we are the co-hosts of this podcast,
which is Jams by
JamsCast.
JamsCast.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start off by saying, how are you today?
I'm feeling serendipitous.
Serendipitous. That's a fun word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been listening to any good music lately?
I was listening to Weird Al.
Of course. You're probably the biggest Weird Al fan that I know.
I really like the ones where he mashes a bunch of songs together and does them in a polka style, like polka face, or that's what I call polka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really got into the polka.
I run on the track, and it's like a really high like energy thing, so it's works good.
Yeah, I show that again. That's
my running cycle.
That's his running cycle. Yeah. That's exactly how he runs.
One time I was running at the track. I remember it was a few days before New Year's. I was running with my brother. It was pitch black night, and we passed by a lady a few times. And like the third time we passed by this lady, she goes like a completely like heart stopping scream. And she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then I'm like, "Yeah, well," and then she says, "Oh, you scared me." And I'm like, "Oh no, we scared you! Yeah, we scared you!" Like, comment and subscribe so you can
tell us how much you hate us. Yeah.
Because if you don't, then how are you going to know when we upload the next video to send us the threats?
Exactly. We need the threats to know how we're performing.
That's just yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I was looking at my YouTube analytics, right? Because I've been doing this for about a year and a half now, and I'm at the time of this recording, I'm at 387 subscribers. I've actually gained 493 and lost like 90.
Wait, how many subscribers are you at?
387.
Okay.
And I've lost
You've lost 90 in the whole career?
In the whole career.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't looked at how many I've lost in the whole. I know I have.
It was the first time I'd looked at that before.
Because I'm at like half years, and I've climbed up, and then it goes back down.
But you've also climbed up in like a shorter period of time, I think.
I don't remember how much you've... I might have, because mine are cartoons, and people really like clicking that for the shorts for some reason. So that right now I'm kind of stuck in that 150 range.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm not a mathema.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now this will take us to our first segment, which is
basketball, right?
You know it. It's Let's Talk Music.
Yeah.
So let's talk music.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin, I'm going to ask you the question, like, what is your favorite artist?
Okay, so there's a few, because now it's something that changes. I like Weezer.
Yes.
Which is just a great description of a personality, isn't it? You know, and someone says, "Oh, I love Weezer." That's what you want to see. The first thing you want to see from someone, they have a pink shirt that got like huge knots in their hair.
Yeah.
And their glasses are cloudy.
I think people could have guessed that you liked Weezer.
And I dress like I'm from the frickin' 2003.
You dress like you want to be in Weezer.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, I wouldn't mind being in Weezer.
It's funny.
Pretty cool. We have a mutual friend who, when I met her, she's a girlfriend of another mutual friend of ours. I'm not using their names to, give anonymity.
Do I know them?
Yeah.
Did I see them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I saw them.
When I first met her, she was like, "You look like you'd like Weezer."
It's such a like really I'm complimenting you.
Yeah. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
So Weezer. I mean, I love Weezer.
No,
so.
I love Weezer. I love Nirvana. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So you're like more of a kind of classic rock, grunge rock.
We both are, right? We both. But
that's definitely a part of it for me.
You know
I'd say I listen to
I've been listening
that every once in a while.
I've been listening to some Lady Gaga. I've been listening to some Billie Eilish. Also, very classic rock.
Yeah.
I think they were in Weezer.
Oh yeah.
And I've been listening to who I've been listening. I because I run.
Yeah.
I run usually and it's fun. In winter, my music will be very distinct from what I listen to in summer because in winter I don't run because I get this asthma in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
And in summer I'm running like a maniac. I run 4 miles at the track. I run to the track, run 4 miles at the track, and I walk back. But in winter, I'm usually on a long walk, and sometimes the songs can be a lot slower paced,
Yeah.
a lot sadder. Like if you know the intro to, like if it's a rainy day, I might like put up like, okay, what's the intro to the MASH? You know the MASH song?
Oh yeah.
Like
a do do
Yeah.
do do
Yeah.
do do.
You see, he didn't. I don't know if he knew I had this.
I forgot that he had the kazoo with him.
We
This is
were-
my own fault because I was with him when he bought the kazoo, and I was like,
saw
"Oh,
the
Kevin,
kazoo.
buy the kazoo."
It's $1, and
Yeah.
but I can't be trusted with this. Anyways,
So now, that's cool. Hey, why don't you ask me what I've been listening to?
what have you been listening to?
Oh, I thank you for asking. I've also been listening to Billie Eilish a good amount recently.
Really?
Yeah, at the time of this recording, a couple of weeks ago, she actually came out with a new album, and it was really, really good.
But would I have?
It was called "Hit Me Hard and Soft." That's what it's actually called.
Okay.
And it's just like a bit of a departure stylistically from her because it's just very I'm struggling to describe it. It's exciting, but it's also like mellow. It's different, but it's also authentic. And it felt like for years she was really like, this is what I sound like. This is what I sound like.
And
this is the theme. Departure? It's not necessarily like that big a departure, but it's more just her saying like, I'm not going to present you with like the theme. This is just music, and I want you to like put it together. I want you to say how you feel about it. So the album
didn't have like a connective theme with it necessarily. It was just.
I feel like it did, but she wasn't like as I don't want to say
explicit.
I don't want to say as preachy because preachy feels like a strong word, but she wasn't as explicit with the message. I think.
It's funny. I just said I've been listening to Billie Eilish, but like.
You probably are thinking like Bad Guy, right?
That one song and one other song that I don't remember the name of.
Yeah.
And that's on like my list of songs on YouTube. I always, when I run, I use YouTube to listen to the songs that runs. Looks at me really weird. Like I remember.
I used to do that too.
Can I mention our friends by first name, or is that a doxy thing?
I'd rather not.
I'll make up a name. Our friend Zoogle. His girlfriend's like, oh my god, you listened to.
This is
you
the
were
same
there.
person that I was talking about with the Weezer thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Zoogle's girlfriend said like, you listen to music on YouTube? What's wrong with you? I'm like, listen, on Spotify, you can't find the Weezer album in the Super Mario 64 sound font.
I love the Mario 64 sound font. Can we talk about that for a moment?
Okay, yeah.
I downloaded it to play around with it in this one digital audio workstation, and it's really cool. Like you can just make your own Mario 64 music.
Our mutual friend, the friend that I always talk about, and you don't even know if he's real, and I can't call him by his name, so I'm going to call him Brisk Blue Blombity Blue Blee.
Sure.
Brisk Blue Blombity Blue Blee. He's actually really good at doing stuff with like rearranging a song, like a MIDI track.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I was telling you like he wanted to go, like he was in town and I'm like, oh, do you want to do something?
This is Mr. Craigslist. You could call him Mr. Craigslist.
No, it's not Mr.
Oh, it's not Mr. Craigslist.
No, it's Mr. It's Briscoe Blomby Blue.
Oh, excuse me. I'm mixing up my people now.
You never run into in person, but like you.
Oh, okay.
He's real.
I didn't know he was like that musically.
He's pretty great. Yeah,
that's awesome. We should get him on.
Last time I was at his house, he's probably back in.
Get a little closer.
He's probably back in the far.
The place where he lives.
The land of the mountains and the snow and the blood and
all the
dogs,
blood. A lot of blood.
And the dirt and the sand.
That is where he goes.
So we're really trying to censor people's identifications here.
I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
As someone someday, 10 years from now, they're gonna like make a whole like code.
Okay, so that was that person. And this is
yeah, exactly. No, they're gonna do that at the RICO trial.
Yeah.
Anyways, where were we? What were we talking?
We're just having a little
music. Billie Eilish. I know that I like songs with, especially when I'm running. I like songs with a lot of drama in them. I love Chandelier by Sia, and I especially love the Puddles Pity Party cover. And we did a cover of that. Put that in the.
It's somewhere.
Put that in the corner. I sang it on his channel. It was so fun.
That was one of my most popular videos.
I think that's might be maybe the favorite one I did here.
It's so much fun
because
and I remember when we first did it. I think you recorded just the vote, or you were listening to the track in your earphones, and I was just listening to you do the vocals. Yeah, and I was like, I can't tell if this is going well or not. Yeah, but then I listened to them together, and I was like, oh my god, he nailed it.
Yeah, I love that song. So when I was in college, I woke up and I had a dream. I guess I was singing it. And I woke up singing Chandelier, and my roommate's like, "What is going on in here?"
Yeah, rightfully so. A
lot of people have referred me.
So now, I think with that, let's move on to our next segment. This is going to be one of my favorite segments. Oh, we are going to have a music fight.
Oh, okay. Can I drink some water before that?
You can drink some water before that. Yes, I've given you my permission. Did that hurt?
What?
That was the loudest drinking noises I've ever heard. It sounded painful.
No. It was just the sound of the gullet.
I know what it was. Yeah.
No, it wasn't painful.
Okay.
I need a lot of water. I've told you I have this infatuation with watermelon.
Yes, you have told me that.
Infatuation makes it sound weird. Makes it sound like something bad's happening with that water.
I was really holding myself back for you there, Kevin.
Yeah. Okay, where are we?
So, music fights. Here is the rules of the segment. I am going to give us a topic, and we are going to each pitch a proposal for the topic. And whoever's idea is better, deemed by the comments, that is who will win.
We're totally going to get enough.
We're totally going to get
enough.
Yeah, all the comments. Yeah, and I haven't told you the theme.
Okay. Is that what this paper's for?
Yes. Well, no, that's actually for something later. But you can take notes if you want.
I didn't need to push that.
You didn't need to push that.
It looked so nice in the camera.
It did look so nice in the camera. So we're also going to time this, right? And we're each going to have 2 minutes to make an argument, and then we're going to discuss a little bit in an unstructured format.
Okay.
And since
we're just writing
you don't
ideas?
know the topic, we're not writing ideas. We're discussing. We're arguing. This is a debate show.
Can I be mad?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay.
I'd love it if you were mad.
Yeah.
I'm in this to win this, Kevin.
Were you able to hear that?
I was able to hear it.
Do you think they were able to hear that?
I hope not, for their sake. Yeah. So now, the topic is going to be, you get to pick an artist to perform a song that they did not write.
Ooh.
Right? And you get to pick the artist, you get to pick the song. Okay? And we're going to argue for which one would be better.
We pick the artist and we pick the song that's unique to each other?
We pick the artist, we pick the song.
Okay.
Unless we want to add challenge where we pick each other's artists and songs, and then we debate for that case.
That could be cool.
That could be cool, too.
Let's do that. We pick each other's artist and song?
Yeah. I'm down.
You mean we're debating for each other's points?
Correct.
I feel like we should only pick one facet. We
should
pick
so
a song.
We pick a song, we pick each other's artist.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun because we can kind of try to sabotage each other.
Or I feel like we should pick the artist, if anything. I feel like we should pick the song for each other and we pick the artist for ourselves.
Okay.
Because you could pick an artist I don't even know.
Okay, that's fair. You know what? I think that's valid. So I'm going to pick a song for you. You're going to pick a song for me. The song that I'm going to pick for you, this is tough, but I think I'm going to pick Baby Shark.
Baby Shark, baby.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't tap on the table, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll pick for you the Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny.
Okay. I can do that. Mm-hmm. this is a pretty interesting scenario because the song that you gave me, it feels like it's like incredibly specific, you know, like there's there's parts and there's like a very specific lyrical flow, and then there's like a chorus that's like.
What I'm imagining is a reimagining.
I'm open to that.
So I feel like I actually have more freedom in that sense.
You definitely have more freedom. You gave me like a pretty restrictive one, honestly.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting to argue for.
Yeah.
So now, I think I'm ready.
All right, we're ready. Okay, let's go. That's on the ground now.
That's on the ground now.
Okay, so we ready?
I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Go.
It's System of the Down, Baby Shark. It's System of the Down. Run away, run away. It's gonna be like super intense. They're gonna be, and then like finally safe. Finally safe. Baby shark, that shark, baby shark, that shark. And then I want it. It's gonna be like really. I want it to be like, man, someone's having some like real mommy daddy issues, and they think the parents are sharks, and like they're tripping on acid while they're listening to System of the Down. Like, it's gonna be great.
That you've only used 40 seconds.
Listen, what more can I say? I'm gonna make it's gonna be System of the Down. They're gonna be at some points they can even have a sudden part where it starts singing it really fast. That shark. You know, obviously I'm not as capable as they are, but you know, with their immense talent, and they could definitely make this. They could definitely make it work. I think it'll be we need to fight Medicare. No, but God, what else do I say? I don't know.
You could stop if you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. I'm starting my time now. So to perform the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, I'm picking Weird Al.
Oh, okay.
Now I gotta speak. Weird Al is the best parody singer of all time. I don't think anyone would object to that. Only Weird Al is capable of hitting those like almost rap-esque cadences while also having like an admittedly almost polka-esque verse sense, as well as the epic sweeping chorus that comes in with all the dramatic notes. I'd imagine Weird Al could redo this song for 2024 and it would break the internet, because the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny is a nostalgic thing for a lot of people. Weird Al is a nostalgic thing for a lot of people. And if Weird Al were to remake the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, it would be one of the greatest remakes of all time. Because the original, it's charming. It's got a very interesting delivery. It's almost like a little emo. It's almost a little like
Newgrounds.
Pop punk. Yeah. But I think that just that level of refinement that Weird Al brings, that level of like flexibility, that adaptability that he has, that would lend itself really well to this. And all in all, I just couldn't think of a better artist for this than the king of parody, the king of mashups, Weird Al Yankovic. I think System of a Down is a really good pick. I'll admit that. Mm-hmm. I might have actually picked 9 Inch Nails personally. Ooh. But I'm going to try to argue that my case is better than yours.
I had a few. This is why the issue I see with Weird Al is when I'm thinking of the one I like to listen to when I run is like Polka Face, and I guess what I call polka. And what that is a bunch of songs from like the 2000s and 2010s, just mashed together, just crammed in.
See, but I don't even like those.
Hear me out.
Okay.
And the point that what makes Weird Al songs very magnetic is he takes a song and he changes the tone of it, even though you're listening to essentially the same.
No, but see, I disagree. Yeah. I don't like when that is the like gimmick, right? I prefer where he's like faithful to the original, but just doing his own interpretation.
Name a song.
I could give you many. For example, instead of Bad by Michael Jackson, he did Fat. That's basically just changing the lyrics.
No, it is.
That's one of my favorites. No, shut up. Let me talk. Okay. I like when instead of American Pie by Don McLean, he did the Jedi one
I'm
from
gonna
Star Wars.
do my debate notes.
Okay, I hope you do. I like how Gangster's Paradise was Amish Paradise, right? These are all just examples off the top of my head of Weird Al doing reinterpretations of songs without drastically changing the instrumental structure. And frankly, not a lot of instrumental structural changes are needed for this in order to fit the Weird Al style. Like, this is just a perfect marriage, really, because it's a blend of genres already. I think you'd agree with that. And it's genres that Weird Al is an expert in, that he's been recording for, 40 years in? 50 years?
The joke is the difference in the tone of the lyrics.
Yes.
How are you going to do that with Oh Godzilla was walking around Tokyo? How do you make that tonally different in the lyrics?
Kevin, it's probably been almost 20 years since that original
It'll be
video.
different, but it won't be a different theme.
It doesn't need to be a different.
Yeah, but then it's not really what Weird Al excels at.
I would argue that Weird Al is the best at recontextualizing songs and the best.
Yeah, but
at
recontextualize them for comedy. This wouldn't be
Look,
for comedy. This is in homage. This is in reverence. Can he really do that as well? Name one song where he has actually created, when he attempts to adapt it, he recreates the magic of the song instead of making a parody of the original magic by changing the tone of the lyrics.
What?
Well, you see, your inability to understand my amazing diction doesn't mean that my diction is incorrect.
I think it does.
I think it means you're a troglodyte.
Okay, let me.
And a buffoon.
You're leading this conversation right now.
I'm certainly leading
I would say.
in the polls and the hearts of the American people.
Listen to me, okay?
Yes.
System of a Down makes songs with meaning.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just write songs about, oh, the shark is chasing me.
That's
Uh-oh,
and that's all.
I'm
That's
scared.
all the meaning you get. Literal. You think songs can't have a metaphorical
What is
sense?
Baby Shark about? How is System of a
Familial
Down?
strife and fear.
How is System of a Down going to be?
Are you kidding me? It's perfect. The guy views his family as sharks. He's terrified of them. He thinks they're hunting them. He has either a persecution complex. You can interpret that as a persecution complex. You can interpret that as mental illness. You can interpret that as actually his parents are narcissistic maniacs and they're constantly trying to push him down. You can reinterpret this song that's interpreted literally by children all over the globe and change it just by the manner of singing it for an older audience.
All right. I think that we've had enough of these arguments. Let's make our closing statements, okay? And you made the first opening argument.
All
so
right,
I'll
I'll
make.
make- okay,
no,
go ahead.
I'll make the first closing statement, okay? What you've heard this man do is you've heard him slander the capabilities of Weird Al. He has boxed him in to a very specific set of things, and he refuses to see that there is no person on this planet that would provide a better reimagining for the times that we live in and for the people who care about it than Weird Al of the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. There is no better performer than Weird Al at parody, at reimagining, at recontextualization. And that is what Weird Al excels at. That is what Weird Al will bring to this track. That is my closing statement.
He wants to have a parody artist remake a song that, in a sense, that's not a parody. I want a reimagining done in a way curated to the band in question. I want them to put their flavor, their personality. I want them to put what they do. I'm not asking them just to remake schlock. You know, something about Weird Al is he actually remade Toto by Africa. You know, Toto by the country of Africa. He remade it with Weezer. And I know that you specifically have told me you don't like that cover. You've told me that yourself. Guess what? That's one of his songs that's not a parody. You know, because he excels at parody. He's amazing at parody. He said in an interview with Eminem, he said, all I can do is change the words. I can't change the music. What he excels at is comedic parody. Now, you get System of the Down. You already give them a whole pool of words that can appeal to their specific thingamabob. You know, their specific tone, their specific aggression, their specific panic, shark, run, Run. You can reimagine this song. People will be like, oh, I remember that song where my stupid niece that I wanted to kill was listening to it, and then I was hearing it, and then it sounded and then now it sounds like something I can relate to. It's going to give people chills. They're going to have goose nips.
All right. Is that your statement?
Fuck you.
Okay. Let's talk about our next segment now.
Yes.
The draft music edition.
The draft music. We've done this before.
For food.
Now we're doing it for music. Oh, right. And that's what the paper was for.
Yes.
I've abused it.
That's what the paper was for. But thankfully, papers have two sides.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many trees. We can just get rid of as many.
Yeah, you're right. So, today's topic for the draft is form a band out of solo musicians. We each get 5 musicians, and whoever forms the better band will be the superior person. As dictated by the comments. The comments will give us all the gratification that we need in all forms.
Excuse me. I would say I need a tissue, but
oh yeah,
they're indisposed.
The cameras are on top of the tissue boxes. Right
so
now.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Would you like to have the first or second pick to form?
I'll take the second. I'm confident in my brain.
Okay. And remember, we're forming a band, so you might want like different instrumental talents, right? The assumption is it's these 5 people and then no one else.
Okay.
So for my first pick, Taylor Swift.
Wow. Gone woke. Cut that out. That's not going to be funny to them because they weren't. They didn't hear our conversation we had off camera.
Yeah, I'll cut it out. That's too bad. Though.
Or don't actually.
Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay, I'm gonna have Puddle's Pity Party. I don't know his real name. I don't think he has one.
Isn't he in like a band kind of?
I know he's been on Postmodern Jukebox, but that doesn't mean he's part of that. I don't think he's in a band. I think he's I always see him singing like on his channel. It's usually just him singing. I don't think he's known as. I mean, all these artists have people that play for them.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing, isn't it?
But a band means you're part of a group. Like the Beatles is a band.
Yeah.
Like when Freddie Mercury.
But then John Lennon was a solo artist, but he was part of the Beatles.
Yeah. Well,
so
when Freddie Mercury was doing his solo stuff, he really wasn't. I don't think that was considered part of a band.
It's also kind of weird because there aren't many like solo drummers or solo bassists.
Yeah,
that's kind of the struggle because I tried to pick a drummer initially, and then I was like, shit, he's in 2 bands.
Unless you know like those very specific YouTube videos, like those YouTube channels. It's all about
like Drumeo.
Yeah, is that one?
That is one.
Oh, you better take that.
No, that's not. That's like a channel of drummers. Like that's not. How
okay.
All right. So I picked Taylor Swift. You picked Puddle's Pity Party. I'm already not liking.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. You can't even stop me. I can't even stop you.
You
can't even stop me.
Oh God.
I'm loose.
He's loose.
I'm loose. Okay, go.
Okay. For my second pick, I am selecting Justin Bieber.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Also, a drummer.
He is. Yeah. For my next pick, I'm selecting Toby Fox.
You know what? That works.
That does work. I'm pretty sure he must know like keyboard, right? Like there's no way he's.
I'm not 100% sure about that, Kevin. I've never heard him perform live.
Well, I don't think, like, do we even know what he looks like? I mean, I know the internet does, like,
but isn't that the point? We're forming a band. Like, if we want them to perform live.
Like, his talent, I'm positive he must.
You say that, but don't be 100% sure.
Well, and you know what else? It's just,
and you'd imagine if he wanted to be in the spotlight, he would.
Well, let me put it this way. How many bands, like, write their own songs, and how many of them, like, get shadow artists or whatever, ghostwriters? I
mean, this is true.
So if anything, Toby Fox
as a writer, that's a pretty good writer. That's a
great writer. So I'm sticking with my. Listen, this guy made an indie game, and then he got the indie game into Smash, and then he got into Pokemon.
I'm sure
God can't stop this man.
I'm sure he could play the piano also.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Which leads me to my third pick. I am going to select Alicia Keys on the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with her?
I assume she's named after piano keys.
Yep. Do you know the song that's like, no one,
Can stop me now.
Or the one that's
Having
like
a good time.
Okay, no, you're thinking.
I don't know.
She also sings. Some people want it all.
I don't.
Well,
Or maybe I know that one.
You gotta listen to Alicia Keys.
Yeah, we can do it after. But do it after.
We can do it after.
God, I feel like I just as an aside.
Have you heard of "Girl on Fire"? This
girl is on fire.
That's Alicia Keys.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I love Alicia Keys. I really need to make up the charisma points because I think all of your audience is gonna hate me.
I don't think so.
Last segment.
No, I'm gonna cut it to make you not look as shitty.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, sure.
Weird Al. Like I said, he can actually play a very good instrument. He can play the accordion.
Yeah.
And that's distinct. And I think it would be interesting to alternate between Weird Al and Puddles, where there can be like a kind of chipper part of the song, like ba 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 ba, and then it goes to like. Does that make sense? Did you guys like how the microphone peaked there?
It's an interesting combination.
I feel like it's a weird tone.
I like the idea
for. I think
because I feel like Weird Al, he doesn't typically get as like melodramatic as Puddles
exactly
does.
He wouldn't be doing the melodramatic stuff.
But like, isn't that like a big emotional contrast?
I like that. I like a song that takes you on a trip. Think about Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. That song's a trip.
It is, but it's also like cohesive, right? Well, I worry that this wouldn't be that cohesive.
I think they could make it work.
I think they could make it work. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Look up which one is this? Is this I think this one's That's What You Call Polka. In the beginning they do Wrecking Ball. And I could totally imagine him having Puddles singing Wrecking Ball up until the point where he says, "Don't you ever say I just walked away, I will," because and
then Weird Al says, "I came in like a wrecking ball."
Oh no, you know what? Yeah. But then Puddles says, "I came in like a," and then changing the pace.
So who's starting?
Weird Al starts fast, and then they go slow.
But that song starts slow.
No, yeah, but that not the way that Weird Al performs it. Weird Al performs like.
I feel like they're just so different. I know you're trying to combine things that you like.
I'm gonna like. I think I'd like it. I don't know if anyone else would like it.
I don't know. I'm gonna make my next pick. So you mentioned having a songwriter is important, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Which is why I am gonna have Ed Sheeran, who also plays the guitar and writes songs.
Which one is Ed Sheeran?
What do you know?
He sounds familiar.
He does so many things. Do you know like dancing in the dark?
Oh, I think I know that. Yeah.
You between my
I know that. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Guy.
He actually writes a lot of Justin Bieber's music. Also, he writes for a lot of people, and very talented guitarist. Right now, I've got like a really good like acoustic sound here with Alicia Keys on the piano. Justin Bieber would be drumming, which would be interesting.
Yeah.
And then I guess he'd also do backup. And Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, they are both guitarists and both singers and songwriters. And they've collaborated before. These are all people who've worked together. So there's a lot of cohesion there.
See, I like the chaos.
But we're talking music. I know that there's a place.
Music is bringing the chaos together in a way that becomes symphony.
Okay. Well, it's time for your fourth pick, Kevin.
Well, honestly, I'm trying to think of a drummer.
It's really
Ringo
tough.
Now a soloist?
But you can't say if I can't say Dave Grohl, you can't say Ringo.
I'm not gonna say Ringo. I'm not gonna say Ringo. But I mean, he makes such good MS art.
Don't do Ringo like
Who
that.
else is no, you're right.
Ringo's been knighted by the Queen, Kevin.
Has he been knighted by the Queen?
I think so.
I've not been able to sleep. I've been sleeping this week, and I feel amazing.
That was Trumpish there.
I was going for Kanye. Not that I don't support what either of these people say. I felt like that would be
that's worse.
Yeah, it is worse actually. Somehow.
Time for your fourth pick, Kevin.
Okay, let me see. I have my instrumentalist is a guy that plays the accordion. That's not correct. What's it called?
Yeah, accordion.
The accordion.
He probably plays the piano too.
I have a person that no one knows what his face looks like, and if he can actually play instruments, or if he
I'm sure people know what Toby Fox is.
Well, people know what he looks like, but we don't.
We don't.
Exactly. I got Puddles, Pity Party.
I think they'd compose something really interesting. I don't think it would be a good live performance right now. And I also don't know if the combination of them would go well in a single track.
I think it would. I think if you play the alternative between Weird Al and Puddles Pity Party, because Puddles Pity
at the end of this, we'll like pitch the song, right?
Yeah. Who's a good drummer? Fucking Eminem.
Not as a drummer.
No.
Just Eminem.
Just Eminem. Yeah, I see the guy there. Listen, if I need to bench one of these guys for a song, I will. It's better to have the options.
And you know what? I don't hate the Eminem pick. What is Eminem? You gotta be a little more.
He worked with Weird Al in the past.
This is true.
At least he's talked to him. I don't know if he made music with him.
They've been in the same room.
I've seen an interview that I mentioned earlier. That was very funny.
Eminem does do good collaborations.
I like that when I was a little kid, I wasn't sure if Eminem was Slim Shady, and if Slim Shady was like I like that Slim Shady's like an alter ego.
I feel like you're just not really making your argument.
Start with Weird Al. No. It's gonna start with Puddles. Go to Eminem. Go to Weird Al, and then the song's gonna shift in theme every single time, but it's gonna keep the same core melodies and notes.
This doesn't feel like music. This feels like a YouTube rewind.
Yes.
And that's what you want.
A good one.
Would this be good?
It would be good.
I guess if Toby Fox is writing it.
Yeah. You know what it is? I listen to a lot of Silva Gunner.
I'm aware.
You listen to Silva Gunner?
No, you've talked to me.
Well, of course, you can't understand this then. You can't understand it. You know how Silva Gunner will take, he'll take a freaking,
Right, you know what you're being right now? You know what you've been this video? You've been like You've been like I can't hear you. I have AirPods in. That's the energy you're bringing to.
Silva Gunner takes.
Usually I'm the mean one.
He takes nuclear. You know, I've been very mean this video. This is your first time. Normally I'm the one getting abused.
Yeah.
He takes nuclear and then he puts it to snow halation and he makes it work. And I really think you can make these contrasting things work because you have the lyrics of Nuclear by Mike something, and that's a song that's just really depressing, and then you turn it into an anime intro, and it's the same lyrics, they just pitch it a little different, and it works.
This is just so strange.
Your mind is closed.
I just
you're
think
ignorant, and your eyes become big and rude.
You're doing too much. I think that's what you're thinking.
I think this is going to be the best song ever.
All right.
I'm going to call these guys right after
pick.
this.
Stop knocking on the table. Fifth pick.
Fifth pick.
I'm going to make my fifth pick. So right now, I have two, guitarists, essentially.
Yeah.
I have a pianist, and I have a drummer. What I really need right now is a bassist, but I can't think of any solo bassists, and it's really pissing me off. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to say, the piano will cover the bass component of things, which it can. And I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to go with... I'm between two, and they're both, pretty out there. But I think I'm going to go with Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, I mixed him up with Drake for a second, just and I'm like, why would you choose between? I don't know how that happened. That is a good choice.
Because Kendrick's a writer, for one thing. Pulitzer Prize-winning writer.
Yeah. No, Kendrick is amazing.
And he's collaborated with
I like
almost all of these people before.
I like the part where he goes, wop, 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 wop.
Dot fuck him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then A mine. It's great. Beautiful,
It's great.
Beautiful
It's great.
guy. I'm best friends with him.
And
Last night,
I was thinking of picking Kendrick before you said Eminem.
we were playing in the dirt, in the sand.
Yep, everywhere.
Building castles.
All good times.
It was great.
Yeah.
I love him.
He brings a change of pace, right? Like this group, they could do anything. These are people who've mixed genres plenty of times before.
Well,
they come from all different
mine,
stuff.
I'd argue, like Weird Al, Puddle,
Right, but
they're both specialized in mixing genres.
These are people who have worked together also. There's history. I just think that these five together in conjunction, like that's a We Are the World level team up right there. Like these are five people in the top like 50 artists currently, probably. And I'm not saying that bigger number, better person, but I'm saying they've worked in this industry for a long time. They've collabed with other artists very well, and I think that when working together, would be very good for each other.
Okay, I got this. I don't know. David Hasselhoff.
Is that what we're committing to?
Yes, I liked him in the
David
Jekyll and Hyde musical.
I liked him in the SpongeBob movie.
He was also good. I've heard he's good in Baywatch, but I liked him in the Jekyll and Hyde musical. Like he got a very bad rap. A lot of people criticized him because he was the beach guy.
I think you did actually pick the perfect fifth person for this.
Yeah, because he could do like a duo with Puddle's Pity Party, and he brings a sex appeal.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember this, but in the credits of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he sang a song. He sang a song.
I didn't see the second one.
Oh, that second one's like the best one. Kevin.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I know it's like, oh man, Green Lady. I really hope nothing bad happens to her.
What do you want David Hasselhoff to do on this song?
There's this one part.
I know how he performs music sometimes.
There's this one part of I just know this one performance.
Okay. From
the musical, the Jekyll and Hyde one, and it's in that song Alive.
I heard him go for more of like a Right Said Fred type thing. Like the guy who's like, I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my love, oh baby. Like,
but he can go deep.
Well, he can. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
when it's time to articulate the song, then we'll do it.
I just feel like these things don't work well together.
Well, I'll articulate when it's time to articulate the whole thing.
It's time to articulate.
Oh, okay.
Now, since I went first in the draft, so now you articulate the song first.
Okay. I'll select it on the very top of it. It says Baby Shark, as if Baby Shark's like the honorary.
Baby Shark's on the draft.
It's the kid from Baby Shark. That's the member. Okay, so keeping in mind...
Recap your picks first.
Okay. Puddle's Pity Party, Toby Fox, Weird Al, Eminem, and David Hasselhoff. Now, I want to keep in mind my unorthodox musical taste in this, because a lot of the music I listen to are kind of strange mixtures of different songs. Sometimes I'll listen to just like a normal song with a video game sound font. Sometimes in the case of Silva Gunner, like I mentioned, one of my favorite songs I listened to when I started college and I was finishing high school was Nuclear, the Metal Gear Solid Nuclear, and it was to the sound of Snow Halation. And I just love this marriage of two things that aren't meant to work together, and they just work.
You're looking at the wrong camera.
I was altering.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't fucking shout at me. So I think it would be Toby Fox. I think is just so good at making the song that you need to feel at the right time and setting the tone. We've seen that in Undertale. We've seen that in Deltarune. We've seen that in the original Earthbound ROM hack. We've seen that in his work for Underfell. Pokemon. And I think he'll fall into that Silver Gunner kind of area I'm trying to pitch for. So I think he'll kind of get that thing I'm trying to do. So I trust a lot of the merging of it to his expertise. Puddle's Pity Party and Weird Al, I think, could make for, because both of them are genre bending. Puddle's Pity Party will oftentimes mix two songs into one song. Have you watched their channel ever?
Who? Postmodern Jukebox?
Puddle's Pity Party.
Not as much as Postmodern Jukebox, but I have binge watched.
They have some incredible marriages. They have Under Pressure mixed with Frozen. Let It Go. It's Under Pressure, and at the very end, he just goes, let it go. And it's this amazing transition. You'd be convinced if you never heard either of the songs before that they were all one song. What else did he do? He did with Adele's, he did with a Telephone Line and something on the other side. I don't know do you know what I'm talking about? Hello from the other side.
Yeah.
And
That's
you know
an Adele song. Yeah.
And you know the song Telephone Line? Hello, how are you? Have you been all right throughout all the lonely? Well, he mixes them, so I think he'd respect where I'm trying to go with this project. I think it would be interesting to kind of alternate between him and Weird Al and a sort of duet sort of thing. And he's done a lot of collaborative work with Postmodern Jukebox. This would be a lot less traditional. Eminem and David Hasselhoff would have their own solo parts in this. So this would be obviously a collaborative work that would shift in tone, because when my favorite songs are songs that feel like an odyssey. And one of that, obviously Bohemian Rhapsody, I think is the easiest one, because you like, I remember listening to that for the first time, actually listened to the Muppets version on YouTube. And I was like, what is going on? And I listened to the original version. I'm like, oh my God, because it starts in a completely different direction than when it ends. And I think they'd be able to accomplish that. Eminem, I'll admit, might have been one of the weaker choices, just because I know he's had history with Weird Al. It would kind of have to be a segment just for Eminem, I feel like. Hasselhoff, I feel like, could duo with Puddles a lot. So you know what? I think it would alternate between the kind of longer, more melodic parts with Hasselhoff and Puddles, and then it would go with Weird Al and Eminem, and Weird Al would transition to instruments from probably traditional, maybe violins. I'm thinking like deep violins and stuff. It would then transition to maybe something with the accordion.
Where are you getting the violins from? There are no violins. You didn't pick a violinist.
It would be synthetic violins on a keyboard with Toby Fox. And a lot of the song, except for the accordion, which Weird Al would handle. So, I think, yeah.
That's your case. Okay.
Yeah. I may have forgotten to take some medications today.
I'm going to make a rebuttal, and then I'm going to make my picks, and then you can make a rebuttal.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Kevin, you keep comparing this to like an epic operatic adventure, like what we see with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes. With comedic.
I'm going to make my retort. Why does Bohemian Rhapsody work? It's because, in spite of all of these clashing genres and segments, it's cohesive. It's Freddie Mercury, in my opinion, the greatest vocalist of all time.
Yeah.
It's his band, who he has synergy with, who he's been performing with for years at this point. And Freddie Mercury wrote the entire song to his vision and performed it to his vision, then just had the band record like the backing instrumentals. The vocals, that's all Freddie Mercury, harmonizing with himself, right? You've picked 4 vocalists who don't have anything like in common and who don't have
that's
good synergy.
What I'm
Listen, no, you're cutting me off. I'm still making my rebuttal. You're 4 vocalists, right? Puddle's Pity Party, very low register, very low voice, decent amount of range, decent performer, but at the same time, like, the only person I could see him really sounding good with in harmony is Weird Al, right? Unless Toby Fox were to do some like shenanigans and get them to harmonize with himself, which he could. He's a producer. He could do that. But like, am I seeing this group perform live? No, because you picked, I'm going to be honest with you, you picked 4 people who I find their music kind of repetitive and annoying.
Which 4?
Puddle's Pity Party, Weird Al, Eminem, and David Hasselhoff.
Pity Party?
I don't like listening to it for a long time. You're cutting me off again.
And I'm just curious.
A lot. I binge watched the channel and I was like, this just isn't for me. Right. It's so repetitive. It's so the same thing. But then you picked 4 different things, and it's just going to be like 4 parts of things that I don't like all together. And that's not going to make me like it more because they're so different. That's going to make me like it less. That's my rebuttal. And now I'm going to make my case, and then you make a rebuttal of mine. Okay? I went simple. I went straightforward. I picked talented performers. I picked Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran as a writer slash guitarist, Justin Bieber as a drummer slash backup vocalist, Alicia Keys as a pianist, backup vocalist, and Kendrick Lamar. I have three of the most talented songwriters of all time in Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, Kendrick Lamar. I have incredible instrumental talent here. Alicia Keys has performed on 2 pianos at the same time, and it's an incredible performance. She's hosted the Grammys. Then we have all of this collaboration that has happened before. Taylor Swift's worked with Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran writes for Justin Bieber. Taylor Swift's worked with Kendrick. Ed Sheeran's worked with Kendrick. Alicia Keys and Kendrick have performed together before. These people have history. They have experience performing, which only Eminem, Weird Al, and Puddle's Pity Party have on your end. These are all performers. These are all writers. These are all recording artists. They are all everything. They complete the bill. And in this hypothetical scenario, we're talking a 5-person ensemble group. And in my opinion, I picked a better one than you.
And now I'll go on to my rebuttal, which is simply that you said 3 of your people are all masterful lyricists. And then you're saying they're all everything. There's a thing such as too many cooks. You should be picking people who are willing to say, okay, you can be the creative lead for the lyrics. You can be the creative lead for that. And you don't necessarily have that. The reason I picked Puddle's Pity Party and Weird Al is because I know that there are certain, like Weird Al might be able to, for certain parts of the lyrics, he might be able to influence it. But I know that they'll be able to defer for people like Toby Fox and Eminem for when it comes to like, as an absolute authority for when it comes to the actual melody and when it comes to the lyrics itself, because Weird Al, for one thing, always bases his stuff on modifying pre-existing lyrics. He rarely messes with the melody. Puddle's Pity Party reimagines the lyrics and the instruments, but he doesn't really mess with the melody. That's why I chose Toby Fox, because he isn't going to be singing, and he's not even going to be necessarily making lyrics, but he is a melodic genius. And Eminem is a lyricist genius. Weird Al is also very clever. I think together, Weird Al and Eminem make a good team in terms of writing the lyrics. In terms of the melody, I think you have Eminem and Toby Fox. And then you pass that through the Puddle's Pity Party. David Hasselhoff is just a good backup vocal. I think they have a pretty good balance. You just said yourself, everyone does everything. And then I'm thinking, that's not a band. That's not a band. It's a bunch of soloists who won't be able to share the space with each other. Maybe 2 of them could collab, but not 5. You think Kendrick Lamar is going to be able to get along with every single one of these people? He just got into one of the biggest beefs with Drake.
He's literally performed with all these people.
Yes, but all at the same time? 5 of them at the same time? There's a difference between that and one collab or one contribution. And Weird Al and Puddle's Pity Party are known for being able to play well with others. You've seen him. You saw Puddle's Pity Party. When I mentioned him to you, you mentioned Postmodern Jukebox because you know he worked with that channel. Weird Al is known for doing collaborations. We mentioned his work with Weezer earlier. We know that he's worked with parodying many songs. He's worked with Eminem directly. He's capable of acknowledging that he wouldn't be anywhere without the songs he parodies. His ego isn't going to get in front of him. And Eminem, all of these people, you don't have 5 personalities who are going to be too big for each other to get out of each other's way. And when I look at your list, I'm seeing you have Justin Bieber, you have Kendrick Lamar, you have Taylor Swift. These are names that are so big they could drown a room. So I'm seeing a definite problem there.
I have picked a selection of artists that are known for collaborating not only with each other in the past, but with other artists to great effect. They all have a multitude of talents and would all fill a variety of different roles as needed and as I've described previously. The work that they would do together would be cohesive as it has been in the past, and the work that your people would do together would just be a mess. 3 sentences.
ChatGPT.
You guys let us know who would have the better group. All right. to end off today's podcast, we are going to perform a little song that we're going to improvise for you right here.
A little diddly do.
A little diddly do.
Hey, how's it going? I want to make amends. Just want to say right now before the end, if I've hurt anybody in the fields, I just want to make sure we're all very real. I'm sorry for anything I might have done wrong, and I hope you'll join me for this fun song. I'm feeling a lot of energy in my heart today, and it may have led me to have a bit of explain your behavior. Explain. I swear I'm not disturbed. Explain. I
think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. That was the first recording of JamsCast.
I really hope he edits it to make me look.
I'm going to make him
officially
look
better.
like Mussolini.
Is that okay to say? Is Mussolini really okay
I
to
feel
say?
like he felt a little better than the alternative. Maybe I'll cut that out. I'm going to make him look like Elon Musk.
Oh, that's worse. That's real. That's like real right now.
Yeah. Anyway, K-Hi, where can the people find you?
Find me in the corner. The corner.
Is this corner?
Is that corner?
Is that corner?
It's that corner. In that corner. No.
All right. I'm Jyesh.
I'm K-Hi.
And this was JamsCast. Bye-bye.
Bye.